The whole auto industry has been stunned by Elon Musk's brand new hydrogen vehicle. Elon Musk recently made the unexpected decision to replace his well-known electric automobiles with a new lineup of hydrogen-powered vehicles, shocking the entire automotive industry. Why is everyone so startled by hydrogen, and what makes it so special? Join me in this video as we examine Elon Musk's brand new hydrogen vehicle that has the auto industry in a spin. If you are familiar with Elon Musk, you are aware of his past distaste for hydrogen-powered cars. The idea of having hydrogen-powered cells was once described by him as mind-bogglingly stupid. He preferred to refer to the hydrogen cells as complete cells rather than fuel cells. His dislike, though, wouldn't last forever. He admitted his error earlier this year on Twitter, writing something like this: "Really excited to announce we're moving Tesla from batteries to hydrogen and 2024. Keep an eye out for the incredible Model H. More range, quick refueling, and the ability to sip water while driving. I misjudged the number of full cells. They really are amazing. Make a reservation using Dogecoin." His severe critique of fuel cells, which, as you can see from his tweet, are still referred to as fool cells, raised thousands of responses from his fans who knew him well. Musk, though, is simply being himself and utilizing his position to persuade people to embrace fuel cells, or as he likes to refer to them, fool cells, as a viable alternative. The potential of hydrogen cells in the automotive industry is something you should be aware of. The automotive industry is currently exploring 4 ways to move away from using fossil fuels to power cars, and hydrogen presents a superior alternative. In fact, it might be a lot better than the electric cars on the market today, which Elon Musk currently controls with Tesla. If you think this is a joke, consider this. By 2030, experts believe that hydrogen-powered vehicles will outnumber electric vehicles as the most commonly driven vehicles on the road. Elon Musk pledged to enter the fuel cells market, and given his track record in similar fields, we could almost smell that coming. Additionally, some businesses have begun to gain ground in the United States with these hydrogen-powered cars. Toyota, for example, has already entered this market and has produced a few hydrogen-powered cars that are now on American roads. This merely serves as evidence that Tesla is not a leader in the fuel cell sector. It's also true that Toyota wasn't the first company to enter the hydrogen market. Sir William Robert Grove, a Welsh judge, physicist, and inventor, made the first ever discovery in history in 1839, which was the beginning of everything. His device didn't generate enough electricity at first to be usable, but as a result of ongoing innovation and development, hydrogen-powered cars will likely become commonplace in the not-too-distant future. However, one question must be asked and deserves a better response. Why does Tesla believe that fuel cells will be a more successful venture than their already cutting-edge and highly effective electric vehicles? There are countless explanations, but this one is particularly intriguing. Hydrogen is the element that is present in the universe in the greatest amounts. Atomically speaking, it is the only element that makes up the majority of everything in the universe, although even that isn't half. Researchers have found that a hydrogen atom may hold a significant amount of energy that can be used to generate power. Many scientists were drawn to the pen after this discovery because it is the best location on Earth for easily and abundantly finding hydrogen. However, hydrogen is not as solitary an element as you might believe. It combines with nearby elements with a strong affinity to create compounds. It follows that whatever hydrogen is found, it is present in a combination rather than alone as an element. The pen, which has plentiful supplies of hydrogen mixed with carbon and oxygen, is the greatest area to look for it. By 2030, the world's vehicles will be powered by the most potent energy available thanks to this copious agricultural waste. But Elon Musk chose to delve into fuel cells for other reasons as well. According to experts, the currently dominant EVs will soon face competition from hydrogen-powered vehicles. According to predictions, the battle will be fierce enough for Tesla to ultimately come out on top. But what does the contest involve specifically? The fundamental issue here is these flaws in electric cars, which we are all aware of. The first is the protracted and tedious wait that each EV owner endures while waiting for their vehicle to recharge. A normal Tesla needs an hour or more to charge completely. For a species that has little patience, it seems like an eternity. They should choose a less environmentally harmful alternative that would reduce the time to a manageable 5 minutes. And the fuel cell actually accomplishes it. A fuel cell car can be refueled in the same amount of time as a conventional vehicle, at most 5 minutes. However, the benefits in terms of mileage are very striking. You know, owners of electric vehicles are constantly concerned about the 200-mile range of their vehicles, which of course might be reduced in cold weather. On the other hand, cars powered by hydrogen can go an amazing 300 miles unaffected by the weather. What more may hydrogen-powered cars, which are proven to be superiors to EVs, do for EV owners? Tesla has a fantastic chance to steal the show before Toyota makes a big splash with its hydrogen-powered vehicles. Since hydrogen-powered vehicles still serve the same purpose of promoting green energy, it is a fact that the majority of EV buyers will consider them as options. By 2024, Tesla will benefit from this shift to hydrogen fuel vehicles as they prepare to adopt the new game-changing technology in the automotive sector. Given how successful this endeavor might be, they might even think about rebranding the business Tesla. You might be curious to learn how a fuel cell operates now that we have discussed its enormous possibilities. Here are all the specifics. First, discussing a fuel cell is impossible without mentioning electric vehicles. The straightforward explanation is that a hydrogen-powered cell is essentially an electric car cell that has been modified to run on hydrogen instead of electricity. An electric automobile with a battery similar to that of a fuel cell car gets its power from a fuel stack that is pumped with pure hydrogen instead of a battery. When oxygen is pumped through hydrogen, electricity is produced, and the emission is water vapor. The geeks who enjoy hearing the technical details will benefit more from a thorough explanation of the anode and cathode handling procedure. The good news for most of you is that hydrogen-fueled cars don't require any kind of refueling in order to generate energy, so let's talk about that first. Instead, they generate electricity as long as hydrogen is available, which, as we've seen, happens quite quickly. The anode, or the positive side of the fuel cell, receives hydrogen fuel, while the cathode, or the negative side of the cell, receives air fuel. The essential component in this process is the anode, which receives a catalyst that splits hydrogen molecules into protons and electrons, which are then sent to the cathode. An electric flow happens as the electrons go via the external circuit. As opposed to this, protons travel through the electrode to the cathode where they mix with oxygen and extra electrons to create heat and water vapor. The procedure appears to be really straightforward. Thus, it's a puzzle why hydrogen fuel wasn't used sooner, but the solution lies in history. The biggest challenge has, up until very recently, been the cost of obtaining hydrogen. Naturally, the price of hydrogen fuel cars rises when manufacturing costs are high, which is not what Tesla would like for their customers. However, researchers are currently figuring out the most affordable method of creating hydrogen, so fuel-powered cars should become more affordable. Additionally, this will result in a decrease in the price of hydrogen fuel from the current $17, which is equivalent to $8.5 per gallon of petrol for the same distance. Even still, there is still a long way to go before fuel-powered vehicles are widely used. Fewer hydrogen petrol stations exist in the United States, and the ones that do exist are only found in California. However, Tesla might get in with wild energy to ensure that there are hydrogen petrol stations all over America, thanks to Toyota, which has made some significant advancements. By 2024, we can anticipate a significant shift in the automotive sector. He has the resources though, and he intends to make it happen. Although the current hydrogen-powered vehicles are good, there is still much room for improvement. For instance, many people would desire a higher power output than the 120 horsepower available. When used as a backup power source, hydrogen gas performs best as a continuous power output. It's not always possible for those who travel through various terrains to drive a car at a constant speed. Just keeping your speed constant is also quite constricting. Despite this, we can certainly expect a significant shift because a straightforward method was discovered to address it. And with Tesla joining the team, we can be certain that better things will come of it. Tesla should exercise caution because other automakers are considering producing hydrogen-powered automobiles. Another major issue with the application of these potent cells is storage, which is currently the subject of ongoing research and development. These cells are portable and less expensive to transfer than those in storage. However, much work needs to be done before the industry can declare success with the use of hydrogen-powered cells. We'll wait and see what Tesla has planned. Do you support Elon Musk's brand new hydrogen automobile? If not, why not?